I'm Todd Grisham. The fighters are here, and they're about to get it on at the Lighthouse Theater. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way.
And it's the king, Sugar Ray Robinson. Many consider him to be the greatest fighter in the history of this sport. Inducted into the International Hall of Fame in 1990, he fights out of Harlem, New York.
They have waited for this fight for so long, Todd. This is ridiculous.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this. And there's the bell to start round 1. No rest for the weary. That jab won't score. The audience absolutely right on top of you in this very special environment here.
For a fighter walking into a theatre, I think this is the closest thing to fighting in a gym. Because the people are up close. You can hear people talking ringside. You can hear people jeering, saying how good you are, saying how bad you are. You can hear the pressure, the expectation.
Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
This is not how the story was supposed to go for Amir Khan. How are they still standing?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Straight right just misses. Good counter punching. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Well, it's no secret who. What do we expect to see here in round 2? That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won it hands down.
Oh, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Amir Khan in some real trouble. A much better game plan here.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Missed with that right uppercut. A perfect counter shot. This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Misses with that uppercut. This fight has a real good flow to it. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice exchange here from both men. Every time he throws a punch, very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. The game plan. Let's get it started in round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Well done with that counter shot. Just misses with that uppercut. That big hook doesn't land. There's a counter shot. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice defense, avoiding the right uppercut. He threw a punch and just got countered. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice counter shot. The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Here's the bell for round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Trying to land that jab. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here. Time for the 5th round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. Perfect punch. Not a lot of punch punch output. Thought there might be more action here. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than have to.
He fails to score with that left hook. And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. These two fighters are made for one another. That hook was off target. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. There's the bell to start round 6. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Sometimes when you get nervous, something that's so powerful, you can't think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Willing to go where the other fighter won't. Throws the jab but does not score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Straight right just misses. Well, you know, in this division, you've got to have speed and you've got to have footwork or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Don't get trigger happy because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot and that's when they catch you.
Nice counter shot. That time counter shot. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose him. Here comes round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They exchange punches. The straight right just misses. Good counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around? Round 8, and we're off again. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
And he scores with the counter. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. That jab misses. Punch, counter punch. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, it's go back to the drawing board time, a unanimous decision victory.
They've done it before.